Welcome everybody to Breeze Podcast episode, I think it's 26. As you can see,
Yes.
What are we doing today?
Doing a little mukbang in my house.
Let's go, man. Let's go. I've got a spicy meat feast pizza. What have you got?
I've got some enchiladas.
Yeah, and obviously we've got the chicken.
Turkey dinos.
Yeah, and the classic OG faces. And obviously a bit of garlic bread over there.
And some southern fried chicken, like
Might try
popcorn
that, you know.
chicken. Let's give it a run.
Oh. Not very crunchy, are It's right though. I'm so hungry though. I'm gonna have a quick bite.
Quick bite and we'll get going.
It's spicy, but I don't care, man.
It's spicy, but you love it. Let's get a little.
Take a bite of yours.
Enchiladas is like my favourite shit in the world.
And why is that? Interesting, man. Yeah.
Just anything with wraps, like wraps is such a useful delivery system of food. An enchilada is just like the crispy bit at the end of the wrap. It's just delightful. When the cheese is charred on like that, that's like.
Do you want some of this ketchup or not?
Nah, I'm good.
Keep it my end then.
I don't want to taint the godly food.
So
I'm even on the.
What's that? A beer?
This is Spanish beer called Modelo. Not Mexican.
One thing people were probably noticing right now is that I'm dipping pizza in ketchup. A lot of people think that's grim.
Devilish, bro.
But nah, I would never do it with like a Domino's. I'd never do it with a restaurant pizza. But when it's like a home pizza that you're just eating, I think it has to be dipped in ketchup. Adds to a flavour. Yeah? Just really adds to that. And, anyway.
Oh my.
You know that thing I was saying earlier on, like, save it for a podcast. I could say now.
You've not forgotten, have you?
No, I haven't forgotten. But I was just saying, like, so many new people at my work keep joining in the last, like, week.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And, so many, like, new, really good-looking girls joining. But it's like, I didn't know how I didn't know it was possible to fancy so many girls at one time.
Of course,
Of all
mate.
different flavors. Of all
course,
different
mate.
types.
That's so real there. You can fancy like multiple girls at the same time. I swear I've been like. It's the same vibe as secondary school. Did you not think like there's quite a few girls that you like
It actually
into at the
is.
same time?
Yeah, it's actually the same.
And in your head, you're kind of like making scenarios of like, oh, who would actually be like your favourite?
For me in school, it was sexual fantasies. Do you not have that?
Your classmates on the watch.
Nah, I'm not in contact with almost anyone from school, so it's fine.
Yeah, I get what you mean now. That's a regular like teenage thing. It's like you're going through those hormone shit and you're feeling that vibe.
I'm gonna try a face.
You're feeling the liveliness.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, you know.
Yeah, they're banging.
But yeah, I used to the down bad things. I used to imagine when I was at school about the girls in my class that I had no chance with, and even some of the teachers and that, the fit ones. But yeah, like with this, so it is a very similar vibe with this work thing, It's just mad.
You've not had any fantasies there?
Wow. Our gentleman never tells.
Is that a new comment?
Well, yeah, it's just like, I don't know, whatever, but yeah, like, this is so, like, a new girl joins, she's so fit, and I'm like, oh my god. And then, like, a new girl joins, she's so fit, I'm like, oh my god. And then, like, a new girl joins, and I'm like, oh my god. It's just, like, spoiled for choice. Like, what do I do? Like, what my answer to that is, I do nothing, I just let things play out. And maybe nothing happens, maybe something.
You don't want to be like the man slag there. That's a
what do you
horrible
mean?
phrase, but like, you don't want to be asking every girl out.
I wouldn't.
So that they'd be like,
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I went out with a date with Harrison yesterday, and they'll be like, oh, so did I.
Oh, I'm going out with him tonight. No, I wouldn't do that. because I'm not looking for random stuff.
No,
But-
you're looking for something serious.
Yeah. But it's like, there was this one girl, I don't know. I really like one and I really like the other. And it's like, I like them just as much. I'm like, I would be happy with either. I don't know.
Is that why you'll just let fate be in their hands and let them decide?
Not even them, just... No, that sounds weird, but... No, I don't... I just think... Go about your life. And things... The right things fall into place anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... I'm not about to... I don't want to push things in a direction that... Because that never works out when you do that. So... But yeah, like... Some I just see as mates that are still good looking, but a lot of them I just see as like... I can't help but see as... You know.
A potential partner.
Sounds weird when you say it like that, but... I don't know. But, yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot.
That's a more proper way to say it, though.
Yeah. But yeah, like, it's just sometimes I'll be up there and I'll be surrounded by all of them and I'll be like, whoa, what do I do? This is so weird. But yeah, that's that.
So, do you see any of them as a, like, actual full-on potential girlfriend, then?
I don't know. I don't think you can tell like that, you know. You just see them at work, can't really tell, don't really know them that well, haven't known them that long. Hard to tell. I think the more time it goes by, if I stay there any longer, like, you know, I'll maybe be able to tell more then. Or get to know people better, etc. Like, we're going for these drinks on the 25th. So
mate, that's perfect.
Yeah, because 2 people are leaving, so they kind of have a joint thing that we're doing. So it'd be good to chill with everybody, you know, more social setting, if you know what I mean.
See who you click with.
Yeah. I'm hoping this new girl comes.
Are you hoping that you get a taste of, like, what they wear out outside of work?
Well, you can just wear what you want, so
I know
it's
you're
probably the same.
non-uniform, but
Yeah.
you still kind of got to dress a certain way.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think about like anything like that, to be honest, but...
I think fashion for me plays a huge part of it.
Is it?
I think, like, you can go up by at least, by like 2 points based on how you dress. Or how you style stuff.
Yeah. I mean... I don't know, I don't see it as much like that, to be honest, these days. Probably used to. I don't know, I don't really care that much about stuff like that anymore. Obviously,
I don't think of it massively, but it, like, when you see a girl that's really good looking, but also she dresses really well, you're just like, or dresses in a style that you fancy, then you're just like,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
That just ups the power.
Yeah. You're right. I just haven't really thought about it, to be honest. But why am I being so messy right now?
It's that ketchup, bro.
Yeah. But I don't know, what do you want to is there anything you want to tell the 30 viewers or whatever it'll be?
The same 30.
Yeah.
If
also,
if
could I have a piece of it?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, thanks.
If you're part of the main 30,
Whoever ends up watching.
we love you. We absolutely adore you.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, there's got to be at least
watching.
somebody out there that's like, oh, I do actually watch this and I enjoy it as a podcast. Like, there's got to be some people. Oh man, I'm messing this up. That like
Shredding it.
That like, oh, we love Breeze.
Yeah, surely. I know some people from like both our lives and my life watch it and quite enjoy it. So
I think there probably are a few people from my main channel that also watch this. I just think those people probably don't often interact, you know, like comment and stuff.
yeah.
Because a lot of people, you know, watch it. Because I don't even usually comment on a lot of people's videos myself.
Yeah.
you know, the only podcast I really comment on is like my favourite one, but even then I don't always. So I get it, but it just means when we don't see it, we feel like it's not happening. But I think it is.
Yeah.
I think there's a good few people out there that actually do watch, I think.
Yeah, if you want to show us a bit of love or whatever, don't feel afraid to comment. We'd love to see a comment and we'd love to reply to your comment. Yeah, so you get stuck in down there. Maybe there'll be a few of you on this episode. Maybe you've just stumbled onto our channel and you're like, oh, I love this, I'm gonna leave a comment, or like, oh, I'm gonna subscribe. If you are, welcome to the channel.
Or maybe there'll be none at all. But I hope there will be. What thing is, even if there isn't when we first upload, there probably will be one day. And when we're both, or one of us is famous, there'll be tons saying, imagine I was here from the start. I remember when he used to post these. And then there'll be people lying as well, saying they remember too, but they didn't actually know about us until 2025. You know what I mean? So,
you know, there's only a few things
groundwork
that I've ever been like the first person to, or like one of the first people to.
What's that then?
And one of them would have to be Roman Atwood vlogs.
I remember him.
I remember subscribing to that when I was so young, and he only had like 2 million, 3 million, something
Still
like
a lot though, isn't it? 2 mil, that's pretty big.
But compared to how many he's got now,
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah. I remember seeing a few of his vlogs when I was really, really young as well. I guess that's his demographic, really, really young.
Yeah, I
So I
used
don't
to
really
love his
remember.
videos. Like,
Does he still make videos these days, or?
on and off, I see like little bits that he sometimes uploads. But
Wasn't he the first family friendly sort of family vlog channel?
I think so, like, pretty much. I used to absolutely love, like, you know, you have like a favourite show or something you like to fall asleep to. When I was like, you know, 12 or whatever, that was like my thing that I loved to like watch and fall asleep to. If I had watched an episode of that, like, just as I'd gone to bed, then I could like go to sleep straight away.
Do you know, I have a thing for as that works that way for me now.
Yeah.
And that is the most underrated YouTubers in my life, I think, in the world. I've told you who they are. Game Society Pimps, and mostly Skyrim for Pimps. But any of their videos, I can just watch, and it's just like there's something about them. Like it's such a funny story how I found their videos, their Skyrim for Pimps series. And for those of you who, but it's pretty much probably everybody who doesn't know, because it's very underground, very not very well known. You know, they only get a few thousand views per video, which isn't even much more than my main channel. But they've been around for like over 10 years now, and they know what they're doing. But it's just like they just do comedy gaming videos where it's just their style. It's so unique. Like a lot of this time they'll go through the game, and there's Aaron and Emery. There's two of them, like the main two, and they like. It's just the bands they have with each other. A lot of the time, one will be like speaking as if he is the character in the game, and the other one's like the voice in his head, and it's just so good. And Skyrim for Pimps is like, it was literally, they did it for 10 years. The final episode came out a few months ago. It was mad. It was like I'd be watching. It is my childhood almost, because I randomly.
That's your half in it.
Oh yeah, thanks.
As well.
I randomly came across their channel, one of their Skyrim Pimps videos, when it was the second Skyrim DLC came out, Half-Fire, in 2012, and I was 11. I had my Xbox 360, and I was trying to look up tutorials of the best way to build your house in Skyrim, your manor. And I came across one of their videos thinking it was a tutorial, a walkthrough, because it used to say like Skyrim walkthrough at the end. Clicked on it, and it was the whole story of a crotch guzzler, and he was building his house. It was like midway through the story, but he's building his house, and he adopted the kids, and then he accidentally kills the kids, and then he raises one as a zombie, and his wife's, and then he don't want to tell his wife, and then it's just really funny. And then I was sat there while Skyrim was paused, just watching it. What?
Look at the ring light.
I don't know. What is that? And basically we went out to do some filming in the wilderness earlier, and we took the ring light, and there's literally flies trapped in my ring light flying around. They're just gonna be dead in there now, aren't they? Eventually. But yeah. Anyway, their videos and my. Oh, sorry. I found Skyrim was paused when I was 12 or 11. And I was watching it, and then I realised half an hour had gone by, and I didn't learn anything about the tutorial, but I was fully immersed into this hilarious story. Immediately subscribed, and to this day, they were my favourite. And I was in year 7.
Yeah.
Because I went to school, and I was trying to tell all my friends, like Ben Mills and everyone, to try and watch them, and nobody cared to watch. So it's been my childhood watching them until today, and I have nobody I can relate to with about it. Nobody I know knows who they are.
I watched a bit of it.
Yeah. Did you like it? Or?
Back, I first, when I say I found it, my brother's mate found it.
Really?
And he was watching it for a bit.
And
he was like, he showed it. I think he was around on a sleepover, and he showed me and my brother. And we were like, this is pretty funny. And like, watched it for a bit.
I do believe you. But just because I've never known anyone who knows who they are.
We've had this conversation before.
Part of me struggles to believe you. But I know you're not lying, I know that. But part of my mind does not accept the fact that happened, because it's just...
But I swear we have this conversation, like, we've had this conversation for the
we?
last 3 summers.
Have we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you've said it before, and I've been like, wait, I recognise that.
Yeah, maybe. But, yeah, man, shout out to them. Like, they are comedic inspirations to me, for sure, in the way that they joke and stuff. Like, I bet I've watched them for like 10 years now. It must have influenced the way I, like jokes and say and provide comedy myself. So
is
yeah, they're amazing.
That's like your comfort show, is it?
Yeah, back to that. Why I brought it up is because even today, or for the last 10 years and up till today, if I'm, I always have this thing where it's like, before I go to bed, like, I just can't. I watch one thing, I need to listen to a bit of music, I need to do something. So I'll put on Skyrim for Pimps Remastered, which is like, they put all the episodes into one for each season, like 6-hour-long videos, and I just put it, obviously I don't watch it for 6 hours,
yeah,
but I put it on and I watch it, and I'm really it's just, because I've seen it so many times, I don't have to fully pay attention, but I can still watch it, enjoy it. Oh, I remember this part, this is a funny part, I remember what they said here. And then, I'll watch for 10-15 minutes, I'll go off of it, and I'll come back to it another night. And that's basically what I do. And that's my comfort, sort of, I don't know the phrase, but what I mean.
Comfort show.
Yeah. Anyway, can you do a bit of talking? I'll try to finish my food.
I think for my main comfort show, if we're talking like real television, I'd say like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Workaholics, and like the Goldbergs, or even Bob's Burgers. I love.
What's the Goldbergs?
The Goldbergs is like a sitcom based in the 80s.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's a real easy watch, and it's just like it's one of those shows for me that I can just drift off to, like, so easy.
Would you genuinely fall asleep while it's on?
Yeah.
Really? I'll always end it before I go. When I realise I'm falling asleep, I'll end it. You know what I mean?
Nah, a lot of the time I'll wake up like hours later and it's still like going.
Wow, I've never had that before.
Especially with Bob's Burgers, just the cartoon style and stuff. Like, I'll just start feeling wet, a bit weirdy.
Wet? You said wet.
And then just like slowly I'll just be like, oh, my eyelids getting heavy, and then I'll wake up and it'll be morning and the show's still running.
Damn.
I'm like, oh my god.
See, as soon as I know my eyes are heavy and I'm trying to, random thoughts are in my mind, and I'm like, hang on, I'm falling asleep, I'll just turn the screen off there, and then I'll just...
That's too late for me.
Really? Way to self-control, Cam.
To be fair, even like when I come in from going to the pub and stuff, and if I'm a bit waved, Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna try and watch an episode of something.
I've tried
like,
that.
I'm
Doesn't work.
I'm gonna try and like start a new series tonight. This is a good like mood to like lie in bed and like try and watch it.
But you're drunk as hell and you just can't. You forget
And then
everything
all
that
of a sudden I'm
happened.
just asleep. I wake up and it's just like, oh, back.
I've had similar times where, again, not falling asleep to, but I've got back really, really drunk, stumbling around, and something in my mind thinks it's a good idea to put the next episode or whatever on. You know, I watch a load of it, and then I go to bed, and I wake up the next day when I'm sober, and I'm like, I have no idea what the hell happened in that episode because I was too drunk to take any of it in, so I have to rewatch it again, and then it's like I'm watching it for the first time because I'm taking it all in, but at the same time it feels like it's a struggle because I know I've already seen it. So it's similar, but
I remember like the first time I stayed around yours, or one of the first times.
and mine, like my house now or my parents.
Your house now. I think Noah was there, or someone that.
Not my. Oh no, it's my house now.
Yeah, your house now. I think Noah was there, and we were watching In Between Us, and it was the episode, like the episode where they go to the coast or whatever, and they're in that boat.
To Swansea.
I think it's Swansea or Swanage or something like that.
Swansea, I think.
Anyway, I just remember like we were watching that, and I was like, "Oh, this is a nice vibe." And then I just remember waking up, and it's like morning or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. I think I remember that day actually. Oof, sorry, I got really bad indigestion, guys. You know what happens when I eat too much food. I get really bad indigestion.
I think it might have been the slushy day.
Oh, slushies and shagging.
Yeah, I think
That's a
that
vlog
day.
on Breeze Network. Go find it, I suppose. But after
it should
this,
only be
after
like
this.
2 or 3 episodes down.
Yeah, but wait, watch
Yeah.
the rest of this first, and then yeah. I'm gonna take a break so I don't get too full up, but then I'm gonna continue
Yeah.
from eating.
Talking of like falling asleep to stuff. Have you ever like listened to ASMR before bed? Like, do you wonder?
What, the whispering and the scratching and like this?
I don't like that, but like, there's one that's like, instead of like whispering, it's called like softly spoken.
It's like, would give them a little
No,
practice
it's
of what
like-
it sounds like.
It's this like German girl, like Czech girl, and she's like pretending to be a doctor, and she's like, "So we're going to check your joints, okay? Tell me, is this soft or sharp?" And then she like prods them, and it's like, and then the patient's like, soft, sharp, soft, sharp. And then they're like, they go, "Just tell me if you can. Just tell me you're doing really well. Just tell me if you can."
So it's
feel
not.
this."
It's like acted out. It's not like.
Yeah, kind of. They're just pretending to be a doctor, basically. But it's it's like this Czech girl, and then
Czech Republic.
yeah, and then they have some other like girl in there that's really soft spoken, being the patient. And it swaps quite a few times, and there's some good looking,
Oh, so you
But
watch it, you don't just listen?
Well,
Or your imagination thinks they're good looking?
I watch it at the same time,
Oh.
and then it's like, oh, I'm feeling at ease. I'm feeling
At ease,
peaceful.
soldier, at ease.
I'm feeling peaceful.
Yeah, serene. Yeah, nah, here's some more to me. I gave it a go when it became massive. I was like, I won't laugh at it straight away. Let me give it a go. But I don't know. It's just something about it gave me like a, ooh, I don't like this sort of feeling. But I get it. I can see where the appeal is at. But for me, it's just the whole whispering. I don't like. But that being said, I do like certain types of similar things, like like rain sounds. I listened to something like last night actually. The thunder sounds, even any sort of ambience. I like ambience, or obviously I like the meditational sort of audios. Not even just to meditate to, but to sleep to. It's really nice to me. So I like stuff like that. But actual vocals like that isn't really for me. But again, I get it though.
But the vibe is kind of like, as a little kid, did you ever find it like kind of satisfying when you're in a doctor's office or something, and they're talking really calmly and like?
Yeah, I guess. I guess so.
and they're like touching you. And,
Oh, with
like,
the needle.
not with a needle, but like
Right.
they got the funny little hammer and they're going like checking your joints. And
I've
stuff.
never had that, the hammer
Ju-
thing.
Just like a satisfying feel of like, being taken care of, or like.
Well, that's their job, isn't it? I think they do that deliberately, so you feel like that. I do have memories.
But ASMR like replicates that.
Yes, I suppose it's that sort of not sensual. Well, I suppose sensual, sort of that
Sensory.
loving, motherly type of nature that humans are drawn to, I suppose.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess that's the whole thing. But oh yeah, you reminded me when you said about the doctor. I do have memories of going for injections and stuff. And then they'd say like, oh, like they'd blow bubbles, or they get you to blow the bubbles and to distract you. You'd be like, oh, sorry, and you'd be like, oh, the bubbles, and all of a sudden in the arm, and then it was done. I do remember that, but I'm not sure if every kid did it that way, because I do know I found out when I got a bit older that my mum, I think she like paid for me to get the injections done in like independent things rather than the NHS or whatever. So mine might have been slightly different going into like a place, but that was my memory anyway. I was gonna say something. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say. I know we already did kind of talk about off the air earlier, but I want to tell the people, the 30 people. To be fair though, if 30 people were sat watching us, it would be a bit like daunting. You'd be like, oh, it's 30 people watching me right now. You know? Anyway, going back to that whole, where I work thing.
Yeah.
I was saying to you earlier, wasn't I? I was really getting into my ego was being just slightly just tickled, stroked. That's kind of gross saying it like that, but
Galileo feeling.
yeah, it was a Galileo. I was a Galileo at work. So people coming in, and there's so many, and I don't mean to sound weird, but like there was so many fit girls coming in, man. So many. Look at that fly on the ring light. You're stuck in there forever. Anyway, yeah, there was so many fit girls coming in, and it's not, I don't know, I would, say, not in any weird way, not like that. But they'll be, I'd help out the girls when they ask for it. And just, the way you have the interaction, sometimes you can tell that they're like, yeah, they kind of do fancy me a bit. And, I play into that a bit, see if they do. And it's just fun. And then you obviously, girls come in, they go out, and you say, hello or thank you, and just the way you say it, it's just fun.
There's a little energy.
It's just a little bit of like, let me just like, I don't know. It's just fun to me to build the not even that. It's just to build the confidence. It's good to stay confident. I feel like you got to be in situations that make sure you stay confident every now, like fairly often, because I think you can definitely lose your confidence because, I was feeling very confident today, and a lot of the time I do, but if I don't do things like that for a while, I don't go out clubbing for a while, or, whatever, I definitely notice that I lose confidence, and it takes me a bit of time to get back into it, which is kind of annoying, because it's like, fuck, I know I could be better right now, but I think that's the same for everybody, so it's like good to practice, practice so that when you're in the real thing, you still have that confidence. I'm really sorry I keep flicking my nose. I've got it's itchy. I don't know why.
For you guys out there that struggle with confidence, sorry for the little chime there, but
not
for you
good
guys,
enough. Sorry.
For you guys out there that struggle with confidence, we actually did do an episode not too long ago.
We did.
That had tips that were we thought were quite useful to us. That might be useful to you guys.
Yeah.
That help you build some confidence, help you feel good.
Helps you to feel gussy, man. And if you're a long time viewer of this channel, you know what that means. It means not what you think, but something good. It just means great, cool, amazing, confident.
It's a vibe.
Yeah. How's your beer, by the way?
Tangy.
Is it? Zesty? Is it zesty?
These little baby boys
Baby boy, what?
They're so hard to get hold of over here.
Are they? Modello.
They're so
Modello.
Aldi or Lidl, I can't remember which one. They're the same shop, and I'm not having it.
Some top tier shit then, basically.
They do imported beers
Mm.
for like 4 months at a time, you know, and they have a limited supply of Modelo. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Until it comes back.
Next year.
Next year. Wow. So once a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
you should
this-
stock up then.
This is one of
year.
the last 4 packs, and the last 4 pack in the shop is sat across from me over there.
Damn.
That was the last one in
Can
the
you not?
shop.
Can you not order it online or?
No, the only other place I know that has it is a restaurant that does Mexican food.
Oh, fair
So
enough.
that poor baby is going away for a while.
Well, think about it. The Mexican place, if they get it in regularly, they have some sort of supplier. You should find out what the supplier is, because well, I won't say more often than not, but if you're lucky, their supplier might be a supplier that can supply to anyone, to the public, to anyone.
True.
Because the people that supply to nightclubs and stuff and bars is that Good Day In. It's like a website called like Good Day in UK, and
You've
and
used that before, haven't you?
I've been on there, and you can order a big crate of VKs, classic, of any flavor. You know, one solid flavor, you get like 25, and it's not even expensive. Like it's supplier sort of rates. It's like what you expect.
Yeah, it's wholesale.
You buy cheap, and then you sell for the more money. Like, but anyone can buy it. You don't need a license. You don't need this or that. You can go on, and it's catered. It's you know, it's they're driven towards trying to sell to establishments, if you will. But anyone can buy it from there. So maybe have a look on somewhere like that.
Just think, Modelo,
Modello.
that started off its life probably about 5-6 months ago.
That
in a factory, yeah,
Uh,
in the factory in Mexico, across the road from the Corona factory, because they
Mexico.
face each other. They're on the same street.
Are they?
Yeah,
There's only
Shit.
one factory.
there's the Modelo one there, and then right next to it is Corona.
Do they not have a few factories across the country though, or
That's just the main one. They probably do
The
have
HQ.
more. But those would have started their life off in Mexico.
yeah?
Then they get shipped to Ireland, and then they get distributed across the UK. So
Well, this table, this, it all probably started. It's like in China, getting made. You know, made in China.
I
Lot
don't
of stuff
think
in.
this is a proper British table. I'm pretty sure.
Proper British table. We only
No,
have proper
not.
British tables over here. None of that Chinese crap. I'm joking. I'm
absolute
joking,
fucker.
bro. But that's
This
what I'm
is-
playing into that stereotype.
This is mahogany, mate, and or oak.
Do you remember that song that we used to listen to?
Mahogany dashboard.
Oh, bro, I forgot
No,
that
but
existed,
I
man.
think this is oak or mahogany. I don't know which one. For fuck's sake.
I can tell.
But it
Hang
is
on.
British.
I know how to tell. I learned it with,
Well, it's
from a
red like
craftsman.
mahogany, but
You go like this. You go. That's mahogany, mate.
well, mahogany's red, and that's where you get the colour from.
Yeah, man. I knew that too, but you know, I was trying to prove a
Yeah.
point of how. Nah, I'm joking. I don't know what. Nah, what? But yeah, earlier. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
That board's probably from China.
Yeah, probably.
These plates might be from China. Everything's moving out of China for production though.
That's good in my opinion because
Yeah.
won't go into too much detail, but at the same time, maybe we should. You know, I disagree with their human rights. It's very, very bad over there, and it's you know,
We're never getting an invite to China, are we?
I've been, and I don't. Do you know what?
You don't give a shit.
Well,
basically.
no, it's not. It's like when I went, I was it was 15, I think, wasn't 6. I was a couple months off 16. I didn't know any better. You know, I just thought amazing place. I didn't know anything about the communism, the awful human rights. I might have known a few small things, but I didn't really, you know the full extent of what they do over there. But as I've got older, I've learned all about it. You know, it's just I know the people there. The people there are great people because I met them. I stayed with a family who was an amazing, lovely family. You know, but the government do not do the people justice, because it's the government that's, I'm not going to say corrupt, but it's the government that I personally, disagree
they're a
with
bit
my own
naughty.
beliefs. With my own beliefs, I do not align myself with, let's say, and there's human rights stuff going on, and violations at the end of the day, and maybe it's not violations against their laws, but human rights laws. The wider universal human rights laws is clearly being violated there, and I don't know. If I was to go to China now, again, amazing people. I'd love to, and it's the culture and the architecture, everything's amazing. But I couldn't go and contribute to our economy with a good conscience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I genuinely mean that. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm even thinking now, if someone offered me a free holiday to China with them, would I even go? I don't know. It's tempting to say yes, but I think I'd have to stay true to what I just said, and I wouldn't. I think I'd say, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could do that. What about you? And again, it's okay to say you would. Like, that's just me, innit? Like, being stubborn, honestly, I guess.
No offense, but here we go. You can't say no offense, and then
No offense,
but I've no.
No, go on. What were we?
China's got a bit of interest in culture, like historically, like the Great Wall of China. ETC.
It is amazing. I will not deny that. It's amazing. It's like going to another world when you go there. It really is.
I honestly don't care about going.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many better other countries that have good human rights you can go to. Again, I'm saying this as an example, but I don't know, like Japan. Yeah.
Especially in Asia, there's so many great options.
Well, yeah, Japan.
Yeah.
Not North, obviously, but South Korea. I'm saying these countries. I don't know. I might be unaware of bad
Thailand.
things. I don't know. Yeah, again, I'm not aware of these other governments. They could be bad too. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I think there's so many good ones.
Yeah, exactly. We can't speak for most of the world, but there's definitely going to be some good options out there.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to say about is like when it comes to moving manufacturing somewhere else, can we bring the Honda factory back to Swindon? I want my Honda factory back.
What do you mean?
Can we Corona should have turned the boat around, turn the boat around. I want the Honda factory back in Swindon.
For those of you that don't know, Cam is an avid lover and expert. I don't know if he's an expert, but I'll say he's an expert. And he is a fanboy of everything to do with cars. So even factories,
especially Japanese cars.
And why is that? Is it the craftsmanship?
Exactly. The Japanese make the best car. You cannot argue with me. The Japanese make the best car. The quality is next to none. No
what
other
about
country.
the Germans?
Germans used to have it good. They can't build anything properly anymore.
Is that a hot take in the car community, or?
Probably.
Oh well.
When was the last time Germany made anything interesting in the car space? I'm sorry, Mercedes
1942, mate. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god.
No, I'm on car space.
Mercedes, yeah. Mercedes are washed now. They haven't made anything good. Tell me something that they've made good recently that you're genuinely excited about if you're a car person.
Because I can't really answer this because I don't really know anything about cars. I can tell you my favourite brands, but...
Volkswagen, for God's sake. Yeah, Volkswagen. Give us a proper shooting brake if you're going to make a shooting brake, alright?
What's a shooting brake?
It's like a mix between a estate and hatchback. It's really cool looking car. You know those cars that are really long?
Like a hearse?
You know the ones where it's like... It's like a hatchback that's been stretched out.
Frick knows, bro. But, again, you're the expert.
Anyway,
so.
But yeah, make something useful. To be fair, I can't knock Audi because I bloody love Audi.
Do you see a lot? I've heard a lot of people say that not handling, but like the way that Audi's cars drive, they're very like, oh, I don't like this. Uncomfortable. This is like, that's what I've heard.
The steering it can be situated in a weird place, but their interiors are a pleasant place to sit, and also their performance branch is beautiful. But the Japanese, they have it all. They have economy. They have fast versions. They have brilliant craftsmanship. You know, someone's got to answer to the call at some point because they're running it.
They're running the show. My favorite car type, brand, if you will, I don't know what you call it, maker, manufacturer, whatever, is probably going to be
Lexus.
No, not even that, not even.
Oh.
Aston Martin or something, I've always been into those. Like the DB9 was like my favourite as a kid, like just seeing it every now and then.
The street.
Really, a DB9?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's DB9.
DB9's fairly old now because obviously probably good 15 years old or something now.
Maybe it's a DB11.
There's probably newer models.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Obviously the classic, James Bond car, DB5. Because, I don't really know much about cars, but I know a bit about that. I do really like classic cars. I think they look amazing. Yeah. I love the look of those types of classic cars. Something about them, they are beautiful.
Yeah, man. Aston Martin.
Yeah.
They're getting better. For a while they're a bit rocky. But they're a British car maker that actually knows to put a good car together. Jaguar Land Rover, I'm sorry, but you suck. Your transmissions are made out of breadsticks, mate.
No sponsorships from them in the future, then.
I do.
No, I mean I love you.
They can love me when they build a good car.
Man who stays true to his word. I respect that.
They're mechanically shite. They break down constantly. They're poor. Genuinely poor.
I'm going to use all of that as an insult next time someone tries to insult me. I'll say, you're mechanically inept. You're poor. You're very poor.
Your transmission's made out of breadsticks.
Yeah. I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. So I hear... You can give me your opinion on this.
Through the grapevine.
Yeah. Through the...
A little birdie told you.
That... Teslas aren't actually that good because the craftsmanship of them is actually a bit lazy.
They're dog shite.
Yeah, what I've heard is if you like with a lot of cars, the way the panels are put in, there's a lot of the lines that go down. I've seen pictures and stuff saying the Tesla ones aren't even like aligned evenly and this and that, and it's like the craftsmanship compared to so many other ones, they come across as the best, amazing, but actually the craftsmanship, the way it's all put together, you can clearly see the faults. Whereas with, objectively, you could say lesser brands, they do it much better. That's what I heard. What do you think about that?
Elon Musk and Tesla and the rest of them, they're a technology company that make cars, and they make shite cars, basically. Their cars are not going to last.
But why do you think that is? Why do they make shit ones?
Teslas look nice from the outside and they handle relatively well.
They've got nice interface,
but that's
etc.
because the battery's in the floor pan, so most electric cars handle well. But from someone who loves cars, they do everything wrong. They're all show and no go.
That's my question. They could do it right, so why aren't they? Especially with someone like Elon Musk behind you.
Three-pronged approach, yeah? Or two-pronged. Depends on what I get to.
Sorry, I squirted. It went on my arm.
They need to fix
listening.
quality control. Make sure that a panel gaps actually fit together.
Yeah.
B, they need to work on their customer service. I've heard horror stories through people that my dad works with, etc., that when it comes to collection day of their brand new beautiful Tesla, you go to a warehouse in London and the car's a random charge. It just depends how lucky you are. So you could get your car on the first day of ownership, and it only has 60% of battery, and you could be going halfway across the country again.
Well, when my dad got his Polestar, I think it was like, well, that wasn't fully charged. Again, I might be getting this wrong, but I think he said it was like 70%, but I don't know.
Polestar's a bloody good brand though, because it's Volvo.
He has had a few problems with it though. Such as, sorry, hang on, 1 minute, 1 second. So, yeah, he was saying, sorry, 1 minute, that overall it's fine, it's a good car, all that stuff. But there have been a few issues. Have I said this to you? I don't know.
You talked about it briefly.
Yeah, like, apparently, you know, obviously there's one thing which like kind of can't really be helped, and it's not just them, it's not even just cars, it's a lot of technology, obviously.
Yeah.
The shortage of the chips, you know, less PlayStations, less cars using that chip. Yes, graphics cards, all this stuff like that, the shortage of a certain chip. So there was a certain feature about I think it was the boot, something to do with a boot or something, that he didn't have access to because they didn't have the chip in the car. So again, you can't really blame it for that. But there was other things like, you know, the interface, like the signal. I've firsthand seen this in the car with him. It's like the signal, like it has an interface and it has its own sort of connection to the internet where you can, and when you listen to Spotify, it goes through that. You can get the internet up on the screen. It's really bad. Even if you're in a really good area, the quality of the signal is never good, and we can never buffer music with it. Like it's bad. But why? You know what I mean? So there's that issue. There's an issue with charge because he was told that it would last a certain amount of miles when actually it doesn't. But I think other than that, it's okay.
That's fairly common though, the charge thing.
But yeah, but it's like, why do they say more than it is then? Anybody, not just them, anyone.
Yeah, but that's in absolutely perfect conditions on a closed track with got
flat surface.
They've got loads of men with computers.
Men with ven
and men with computers.
In the ven.
Literally like figuring out calculations of what the best tire pressure, etc. is, what pace, and then they take that number. To be fair, Tesla, the signal in there is pretty strong.
I'm just gonna double check it's filming okay. I know it is, but just to be safe.
And the seats are bloody nice. But also I want to just retract because I said that every like German car manufacturers.
Yeah.
But I forgot about Porsche. Oh my days! I drove a Porsche on track the other day.
Oh yes, I forgot to ask. How was it?
So I grew up loving the Mustang, and this was my chance to drive a Mustang before, you know, electric cars, everything kills that dinosaur.
Is Mustang made by Porsche?
No, they're made by Ford.
Oh yeah, Ford Mustang, of course, yeah.
But they have a V8 engine in it, which obviously isn't very economical or good on the planet. Either way, that's the last Mustang we believe that will be fully petrol.
Yeah.
So it was my chance to drive that.
How did it feel?
Good. It was an aggressive car. It was very fast, and it was, you know, but the handling was bizarre on it, and the placement of everything, gear stick, steering wheel, everything was. I liked it, but I don't think I'd own one anymore. I don't think I'd want to own one anymore.
You live and you learn.
I'd own the Porsche that I drove, the Porsche Cayman. I know what people say about it, but I'd happily have a Porsche Cayman. Beautiful. Have you ever been racing or been in a fast car?
The closest to that I've been in was the Dodgems, mate, in Weston-super-Mare Pier. You know where you go,
boy,
boing,
yeah.
boing, ha ha ha. And I really used to love those, but then when I was last time we were there, it was Easter, and we went onto the pier as we do every year. Rhymes, but we didn't really go. We haven't really got no rides anymore because I'm older, and my little cousins don't. It's weird. Like they don't even seem to care to go on any rides. I used to be obsessed with it. They don't care, mate. They just go on put the coins in the thing. You know the things that go. You put the coin in and then try and get the coins out.
Oh, drop it.
Yeah. Whatever it's called. They do that. So we were just doing a bit of that, and then I was with my nana, and we lost everybody else for a bit. So we were just chilling. We were stood on the side, and we were watching the Dodgems, and I was like, when you think about it, what a weird concept. Like you're sat in a little vehicle, and you're just ramming yourself into strangers, and that makes you happy.
Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it?
You're simulating the chance to have a car crash.
Yeah, and you're like, we did it again. You know what I mean? And there's a stranger, and then they go to try and get him.
And you're hunting after him, like.
Yeah, literally. And it's just like, we were just watching it. I was like, how weird is humanity? We find pleasure in such strange things. And yeah, it's just funny, isn't it, really? Also, I was just thinking, we barely ate any of this, did we? I didn't really vibe with it, you know.
The scariest car experience you've probably had is just being in the car with me.
Yeah, I put touched my eye after touching spiciness. I'm about to wash my eye, it's getting worse. Oh my god, I took chili in my eye, bro.
Shall we do an interlude? And then we could go into something else.
What do you mean by interlude?
Like have a quick break, and then we could do some other video idea. I don't know. How many minutes in are we?
Oh my god. Well, we could, but
we're 56 minutes in.
We could just go for like.
I'm worried that you're gonna be like, is this your version of washing your eye? Yeah.
What's that?
You're not running off to the toilet or anything.
Oh no, I'm just gonna wash my eye. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if it's working. But...
I'm gonna have a glass of water in a minute.
No, you're not.
My oh my.
Damn man, that's spicy in your eyes. It could be better.
I've touched my eye with Scotch bonnet before. I'll tell you that is not fun.
Sounds awful.
Yes, and then I drove home from Ollie's with it like in my eye.
Oh, with one eye closed.
Yeah. One eye open when I'm sleeping. One eye. I had sunglasses on, yeah, and people in the park, like near Ollie's house.
Oh, God,
and they would watch me drive past with just one, and with like tears flowing out of one eye.
Really? Ooh. Well, what do you guys think of my sunglasses, though? Looking kind of fit, kind of sexy, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it looks kind of good. I saw these in River Island, mate, and it wasn't even that much money. And I was like, you know what? I'm going on holiday soon. Going on holiday next week. I need to look fresh. I need the sunnies. And to be honest, I wear sunglasses every day anyway. Oh, thought you was buying me. You are?
I was just about to put my sunglasses on. I can't find them.
We should just do it every episode from now on, just sunglasses.
I can't remember where I put my sunglasses.
They're on your head, mate. That's not funny, is it? But
I could put my normal glasses on.
You could, mate.
Oh, I hate that in my car. I've been talking about it.
I have a story to tell you when you come back.
Hold on, I might have to go out to the car.
But yeah. So while Cam goes out to the car, I don't know even know what I'll say. Well, the thing is, like, I'm just gonna talk to people while you are doing that.
Yeah.
But this pizza, it was pristine. It was just one of those standard ones. Like, you don't, you know, if you're gonna have a choice of a sick, lovely pizza you can order or a frozen one that you do. Okay, yeah, you know what I mean. But this was one of those more. It was finer, Tesco's finest or whatever. It wasn't actually from Tesco, but it was like one of those types. Like Tesco's finest, yeah. And it was like actually quite nice. And then these chicken things, mate, they were kind of gross because they weren't crispy at all. They were just soft and like the texture was gross. And then those smiley faces weren't crispy either. They were just like soft and it's like that. And those were like not soft. And it was like, nah, those were just a bit. I thought they were chicken, but they were turkey, and it's just not really my type of thing, mate. But overall, it's sick for the mukbang, isn't it? And mukbangs are just fun, isn't it? I don't know what I'm gonna title this. Something mukbang, obviously.
So.
You found them?
Yeah,
Yeah, I have a pretty mad story to tell you, which I can't believe I've never told on the podcast. Like, it's actually crazy how I've never told this.
So viewers, I have my Ray-Bans, but also I wanted a backup pair for in the car, so I purchased these.
They look beautiful. They make me want to kiss
You look beautiful.
myself. Huh?
You look beautiful.
Oh, thanks, man. I do appreciate that. It's because we both have sunglasses on. We can appreciate each other's finer things.
Feeling very uncouth.
Yes. Well, I say couth because it's uncouth. But anyway, yeah, there's this story that from my life that I don't know why. I think the reason I never told on a podcast is because I genuinely forgot it ever happened for a good few years. But then it hit me the other day and I thought that was such a mad story. How did I forget about that? Do you want to hear it?
Yes, please.
All right, are you guys ready? So, the title of this.
I might try one of these. See if they're grim or not.
Do that first. It's. That face says it all.
They're a bit cold.
Other than that, though, what do you think? Juice. Hell yeah. So the title of this true story, and I'm not being sarcastic, like it genuinely is a true story. The title of this true story is Escape from the Scrapyard, gangs.
I recognise this.
I don't think I've ever told you though.
Yeah, but back in college we talked about doing industrial style photo
Oh, I
shoot.
think I told you in college.
Quite possibly.
Well, I'll tell it again anyway. And the 30 viewers can hear it.
Yeah.
30 more people can know. So, I was 15, 16. And, in the area that I live, obviously is not too far from the school I used to go to. And I had a group of like best mates sort of thing that we all really lived very close to each other in the same area. Every day after school, we go, you coming out tonight? Not how you think, going clubbing. No. You coming out means you're coming out into the village. Strolling around the village streets and patrolling and chilling and billing. But really what it just was, it was our way of just having a social time, and we'd have good chats, we'd have fun, but we'd also like explore fields and just do classic teenager stuff. Like, it was actually really fun. But then sometimes we just walk around like the area of the houses and just chat and just do whatever, play music out of our portable speakers and stuff. In the dead of night, there's no one around. It's completely dark. But then back at that time where we lived,
a bit of Views by Drake going.
I will censor the name of where I live, but it was the golden age of. All the young people used to be out, we'd all see each other, we'd all hang out, it was all great. And then we went to a dark age where a lot of the time I went out, no one was ever out. It was really weird, like people just stopped. But we carried on. Anyway, that's completely irrelevant. I'm trying not to get hung up on the context as much as I usually do. But real quick before I forget, this looks like a Lisa Simpson, bro.
Oh yeah, the little hair.
Lisa Simpson, man. Ugh. Anyway, what was I saying? So we used to go out into the village area, and we used to walk around, explore, have fun with groups of us. And I don't know whose idea it was. No idea, can't remember. But there was a group of us, and we were like, right, we're going to go down, because where I live is like here, and it's on a bit of a valley, and you can go down and down and down to other little tinier villages and go around there. And they were like, we're going to go down, and I will censor this again, but we're going to go down to... Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to explore there. And I don't know whether they said we're going to explore the scrapyard or we just came across it. I think we were planning on it. I think what it was is one of my mates, or a couple of them, had already been in there before thought it was so jokes, and like, let's go again with these people instead. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, sick, this would be a fun exploration. I used to love exploring. I still do, completely the same. I still do, I just don't get to do it as much. I don't break into scrapyards anymore, but you know what I mean. So we walked there, and the entrance is like this massive sort of like prison looking gate. Well, so we're not getting in. We're not getting in there. I was told it was abandoned. I think I was told it was abandoned, and I thought, oh well, it'd be jokes then. So what we do, when there's like natural hills where they go up, there's like mud and trees just sticking out of them. And you have to, but they're very steep, and you have to like fully grab onto the trees and like climb up. Yeah. Basically, we did that, and then we went over like that, and then downwards was into the scrapyard. So we climbed over that way, and we got in. Do you know what? I'm sure I have the footage on my Snapchat memory somewhere. So if I do, I will overlay the footage I got. But there was just so much stuff lying around. There was like caravans with like people's possessions still in it.
Oh
like
my God.
we'd find like lists. I found a teacher's of some, I can't remember what the school was, but a teacher's sort of like visitor's badge as a TA in a caravan. We found loads of random things. There was a fire engine there. We went in the fire engine, but it was all blocked off. There was only this tiny bit you could go down, like when you go into a tank. It was like that at the top. You could do that, but it was all blocked off. It was so tiny we couldn't really fit in. There was that. There was a van that we had the keys in, and we tried to start it, but it just went, it wouldn't start. But the keys were just in there. Tons of caravans you could just go in and sit in and just chill. We were chilling inside the caravans, just chatting, having fun.
Mate, unreal.
It was so fun. And then there was fire extinguishers everywhere. So obviously, you know what we did? 15-year-old kids, we're just spraying each other with fire extinguishers. And also, they had those swivel chairs, and we were sat on swivel chairs, and we were flying back. Mate. It was so fun. It was like one of the most fun things we'd ever done at the time, because we never had been in this situation. It was like a playground, you know what I mean? Just an amazing playground of fun things. And we were in there for a good 2 hours, I reckon, which having fun. We're like, there's weird heavy items, bricks. We're just throwing bricks, smashing the windows of all the cars, because we're like, well, it's going to be scrapped anyway. We're not we might have been completely wrong, but in our minds we weren't doing any damage because it was already ready to be damaged. So we were just there. I guess we just thought it was okay. Well, we didn't really think anything of it. I don't think. We just did what we wanted.
You were just
we were young,
kids being kids,
reckless teens, you know. But it was great. But there was literally like 6 of us. Like, who was it? It was nobody you would know. I'm just trying to think for myself. And I won't say the names, but it was a few of us. I know exactly who it was actually. Joel. It was Joel.
Joel Corey.
Yep, it was Joel Corey. It was Joel. It was Joel. It was Kieran.
What happened to Joel?
You didn't ever know Joel, I don't think.
Yeah, he went college with us.
You knew him?
Yeah, he went college.
Yeah, but I didn't think you knew him. I don't think you ever met
I did
him.
a project with him, mate.
What? He was in the media, mate?
Yeah.
Nah, you're thinking of someone else. He was in public services. It was like a police thing he was doing.
I thought he swapped. I thought he was
Nah.
Because were you in my first class in the first year?
He never did media. It was never his thing. Never. You're thinking of someone else.
I swear it's a kid with the same name.
Maybe, but nobody I know. Joel, nah, this is a ginger guy.
Oh no, completely different.
Yeah. But anyway, it doesn't matter who it was. Don't get hung up with that. There was 5 of us. It was like 5 of us. Let's just say, give or take. Anyway, we're chilling. We're not chilling. We're reckless. We're smashing stuff up. We're running around. We're jumping up and down on fire engines. Yeah, and there are cameras, but I'm like, everyone convinced me that it was abandoned. I was like, okay, they look like they're turned off. And then after being there for a couple hours, we're like, funny. We're looking at something. I go, and then I think my mate's behind me, so I turn and go, and I turn back again. I go, what the hell? Turn back again. There's an old man stood there. A little old man. Right there. I thought it was like my mate Kieran behind me. Nah, it was this old man. I had to double take. Like, wait, hang on a minute. There's an old man. And then he goes, and we all look at him. No, I know what happened. I didn't see him like that. Josh, trying to remember. I think my friend Josh, nobody, not a Josh you know. He kept pretending as a joke, saying, "There's someone there, and we kept believing him. But then eventually, he was actually going. He was like doing a really awkward laugh and pointing.
He did like the boy who cried.
Yeah, and then he was just like stood there laughing and looking, and we were like, what? And we didn't believe. And then I turned around, and it was an old man. He was right by me. I was the closest one to him, and he goes, what's he say? He was like, get the fuck out now. If you've broken anything, you're fucking dead.
Oh my god.
And we all just we didn't even say, we just all sprint the way we came. That bank I was talking about, we sprint up the bank. We don't even care about getting cut, like scratched.
Yeah.
We're just scrambling up the hill as fast as we can, slipping back down, scrambling up. We get to the top, and then I literally end up actually falling and tumbling all the way down. I land in a little stream, and I get all wet.
Yeah.
I literally land in the stream, and I'm soaked right now. Like, fully submerged. It wasn't that deep, but, I was like what we were in earlier, but way deeper, but not like, it was, my whole body wouldn't have gone under. Probably would have come up to, like, here if I was let down, like, on me. So I was pretty soaked. I was like, shit, what's happened to everyone? We all lost each other.
Yeah.
But then I look, like, I don't know, couple 20 metres away down the stream, and my mate Alfie's going, he's all wet in the stream. I was like, Alfie, we found each other.
Yeah.
So we're like, shit, what do we do? Oh my god. And then we heard like a car go, engine comes on, and then it starts driving around. But we're not by the road, we can just hear it, but we didn't know whether that was connected or not. So we climb up out of the stream onto like the pathway, and he goes, come this way. And I was like, no, because that's the road. I was like, if that is their car. Oh no, I think what as well, we were walking along, then we saw the car drive past, and there's a massive, like fat, sort of muscly, fat, sort of stereotypical bouncer type guy. And the old man in the car, and they're going like this, looking out the windows.
Shit.
So we're like, fuck. I was like, Alfie, we cannot go on the roads. If we go on the roads, they'll find us. We got to stay in the fields and like hide behind the bushes. So we were like sneaking through each of the fields until we could get back to. And we didn't know where we were going because we were trusting my friend Joel and probably Kieran, or I don't know. These names don't mean anything to anyone but me. But it was probably them two that knew where we were going, because I didn't actually know that area that well, and I didn't have I guess I just didn't have any maps on my phone or any 4G or something, because I couldn't look up where to go. And I said and Alfie didn't, because he wasn't from that area, he was from a further away area. He come for this day. So we're like, what do we do? Where do we go? So I was like, you know what, let's just go through each field, hop through each field, and just work our way up the hill. And then eventually we ended up getting back onto a road that I did know, coincidentally. And then eventually we're walking around, and we end up bumping into it was my friend Tommy, I think. Joel and Tommy. Yeah, Kieran wasn't there. Yeah, we bump into them two, and we're like, what happened? And this is, again, I didn't see this, so whether it was true or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they said they were being stupid and walking along the roads, the laneways.
Yeah.
There's laneways, country laneways. And apparently they stopped the car, and they tried to grab one of them, and the other like pushed him off, and they ran away into the field.
Shit.
Whether that was true or not, I wasn't there to see. They might have been exaggerating, I don't know. But I was like, fuck. So I was like, what do we do? So we just went straight back up to, again, censored the area where I live, but we went straight up to Peasdown. And then we were like, it was pretty much dark at this point of night, because it was probably like a winter or something, or March, something like that. So we kind of just chilled, and we thought, right, what do we do? So we all reconvened together up in Peasdown. That's what happened. We met back up with them at the top of Peasdown. And then they told us up there what happened. So then we talked about it for a bit, and then we weren't scared or anything, but we were just like, yo, like, we should probably lay low and go home. Because I thought either they're going to call the police, or they're going to fully just be driving around looking for us, and they were dodgy. So I was like, you know what, let's just go home. We'll talk about this at school tomorrow. At lunchtime at school tomorrow, we'll talk this through. Yeah. So we all walked off home. And then I just got back, and I was like, yo, like, I felt like a fugitive hiding out, and then I never saw him again. But to end off that story, a few weeks, months later, I was at my grandparents' house, and my aunties and uncles and that, well, auntie and uncle and their cousins. No, well, one cousin, I don't think the other one was born at that point. They come round for lunch, and we were there, And I was telling the story. Like, I was telling everybody because I knew nobody would be angry at me. It was just like one of those things. So I told everybody. And then my uncle, he was like, "Where was it?" And I said, again, sense of the name, just reminding myself. I was like, "Dunkerton." And he was like, "Oh," he's like, I know who they were. They're a really dodgy family. They're called. He's like, they're called. They've been known to like. I remember it this way, but it might not have been that way. I'm just covering myself in case it was not true. But from my memory, he was like, they've known to make people go missing. But it was probably it might have been something like they've known to like beat people up or something, or like stuff like scare people, intimidate people, whatever. So they're like a fairly like one of those types of families that you don't want to mess with, and they own the scrapyard. And I was like, yo, and he was like, you're lucky you got away. Like I can imagine they probably wouldn't done anything. They probably just scared us because we were kids. They probably would just grabbed us, shouted at us, really scared us. But obviously they couldn't do that because we got away. But yeah, that was a story, and I just thought it's just an interesting one, isn't it?
Oh, a story really like that I like telling, but I don't think I can tell it on the
Why?
internet.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Well, a certain job that I'm going for. I don't think I can. I don't
just in
think
case.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Why, you like robbed a bank? The time you robbed a bank?
Yeah. Because I'm such a cowboy.
It was the time you robbed a bank. Yeah, I get that. In Rome, the jewelry.
Oh my god.
That's just a joke that when I was really drunk, I don't remember this, but you said
you were absolutely bladdered.
What is it you said I came back drunk saying after the club in Rome?
You slumped down in the bed next to me
on the college trip
because it was not sus, but we shared a bed on the college trip to Rome.
What happens in Rome stays in Rome.
Exactly. Anyway, so
we fuck.
Harry had been out drinking it and got absolutely wasted.
It was one of the best nights of my life, bro. Honestly,
I had like a beer buzz because I'd stayed at a hotel and had a couple of drinks there.
Everyone was drinking we were all drink. Actually, I won't say that just in case, but
yeah. Anyway, basically like Harry slumps down and like shakes the bed, so I'm like, oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, all right, Harry.
No, it was there. Millie was there. We all come in.
Yeah, I was like, I think they'd left at this point because they're like, what's going on?
Noah tried to sleep with us, but he couldn't deal with I kept going, what are you doing? Move out of the way. And then he couldn't deal with it, so he left.
Yeah, and then you were like, oh, Cameron, I got a plan, but I'm too drunk to execute right now.
Did I really say this?
Yeah, you were like, we got. I can't remember if you were saying Tiffany's or Cartier or something.
Nah, I can't imagine myself saying this though.
But you were like, oh, there was. And we could. You were like, oh, do you know? You were like, oh, do you know about diamond drill bits or something? Or you were like, do you know about diamond drills?
Bro, honestly, I don't even know about that, so I can't imagine saying.
What are you on about? And you're like, oh, there's some diamonds in this vault in Italy, I swear, in Rome. And I was like, what are you saying? And you're like, yeah. You were like, you get the explosives and I'll get the drills. And I'll drill the lockout, and then you put the explosive in it. I was like,
maybe I was playing a lot of GTA heists before I got away.
So.
Or maybe it was just a euphemism to my cage, if you know what I'm saying, my cock cage. That means me and Cam have been having this like little inside joke today about like like those cock cages that you can wrap around your peni, and it's like I just don't understand how it works. You lock your dick in a cage, but if your erection gets any more, that's gonna hurt.
It's gonna be like Play-Doh through gaps, isn't it?
yeah. It's like maybe that's the whole pleasure of it, like the force, the pushing. I don't know, man. I'm all about the kinks, but I just don't see how that would appeal to me.
That's sounding very gross.
I ain't gonna kink shame though.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's even a kink.
Yeah, it's a kink, isn't it? Like
really?
Actually, I have to tell you something.
What, people trying to like break into it?
No, like I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. This should give you a bit of insight to people that are into this stuff. Again, no disrespect
to the viewers. This cock cage is very much along the lines of like a chastity belt.
Yeah, whip up some pictures now. No, joking. I can't show you. Well, nah.
If there's one without any
cock inside, and any cock inside, her.
I'm trying to handle words delicately, and you're just going straight for it.
I don't know, man. I just think the 30 people watching are not enough to cancel us.
They're on our level.
Yeah. But you know, what was I saying? Yeah, here's a story, a really interesting story actually, to whet your appetite.
Okay.
And to learn more about have more insight into these type of kinks. And so basically, and I have briefly talked about this on the pod before. In a way, I used to see a girl. Whoever that was, I don't know. I've seen a few girls. I saw a girl, and we had this thing where, like, I thought it would be. We both thought. Basically, she got messaged by like this random dude, and he was like on Instagram, you know, classic. He's like, "Oh, I would. Can I buy your nudes? Can I do this? Can I do that?" And like this person ignored for ages, which of course you're gonna ignore. And I thought, would you though? And she was like, "Ah, I never really thought about it like that." And I thought, because to be honest, like, you probably could make some money. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I might actually do it, you know." She's like, "Would you be cool with that?" Whatever. Again, this is not actually what happened because I don't remember the conversations, but this is how I imagine it probably went from my memory. And I said, "Well, yeah, I can be the businessman. We could do this. We can make some money, you know." And you know, we ended up letting, you know, these dodgy guys would message her regardless, wanting to buy nudes. She was just a random girl on Instagram. She wasn't like a OnlyFans or anything like that, but they would ask, and eventually she was like, "Yeah, go on then." And like, I'm not saying she was sending like porn, nothing like that. Like, it wasn't even like what you'd expect.
It was
like,
just risky.
it was like, yeah, but it was
Risque.
like it was like the lowest of the low of the risque. Like, it was just.
Was it?
It was.
You needed to.
No. It was just like, you could post it on Instagram and it would be fine. You could put it on Instagram and it would be fine. So we ended up making she ended up making a fair bit of money, and I would never take any money from her, but like, we would usually spend it together. Like, we'd go out for a nice meal.
Yeah.
You know, we'd do stuff that we could both enjoy, because, you know, I was the businessman in the way of like, sometimes I would be the one talking to the guy, but they think they were talking to her. And she would do this and that, but obviously at the end of the day, you know, it's her money made. Again, I would never, it wasn't something I wanted, but it was something I thought we could do together, you know? Like a proper bonding experience.
Yeah.
And anyway, this guy messaged her, and he was like, "I'm really into when the woman dominates me, and I am a slave to the woman, and I worship you, you are a goddess," etc. Like, that was literally the words he was saying, like,
yeah,
like those were the key words, like goddess, like dominating, slave, etc. And he was like, he got off on the idea of being like a sexual slave to me and her and me. So she was like, I would love you. It was like, I remember the conversations. It was like, I want you guys to, like, you know, fuck, and I would be at your feet worshipping you both as God and goddess. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was mad. And like, stuff like that, and like, oh shit, it's my phone about to run out of battery. Fuck.
We've been going a long while.
Oh my god, my phone will shut down in 30 seconds. What do I do?
Bye podcast, we love you, but...
No, maybe I'll just finish it audio only. So just so you guys know, the camera actually ran out of battery, so unfortunately we're going to have to wrap this up with audio only. I'll just finish this story. Well, sorry, where was I? Oh, he was saying he wants to watch us fuck, and, you know, this and that. Like, I worship you. He would say, like, I am nothing compared to you. He was like, I want you to, like, pity me. I want you to, like, you know, spit on me, to ridicule me. Basically, the worse he could be ridiculed, and the worse things she could say to him, he got off on that more and more. He liked to be, and you have got to wonder, like, what does that stem from?
That's
like,
a bit sadist, isn't it? That's a bit like...
Yeah, like, cuck, not even cuck, but I guess kind of like watching us fuck, but it's more than that. Yeah, I wonder where that comes from. Like, is that from... It might be from being smothered as a child by your family, like, when they give you too much attention. Oh, I don't know.
Sure.
Nah, it's got to be something
that'd be
even
the other way
different.
round.
Yeah, but you always no, but you see people that like got neglected as a child. They love
Yeah.
they like in the I
Love
know,
attention.
well like in the boys with Homelander, he had this thing where in the series one I think it was, he had that woman that he saw as a motherly figure.
Yeah, and drank her milk.
Yeah, like, and he got neglected. So you'd think maybe someone who wants to be ridiculed and put down, maybe it comes from somewhere the other way around.
Yeah, they got cherished and stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like maybe actually it just comes.
I don't know. We're not psychiatrists.
I think it
maybe
just.
we'll research it and
Yeah.
like come back to it. I don't know.
I think it comes from just sort of something completely a lot more than that, like something mad happened in their life perhaps, or it's just, I don't know, anyway, it doesn't matter. But he would he would send videos of his dick in like not a full cock cage, but in like his balls would be restrained by this metal thing and they'd be squeezing, and he'd send videos, right, where like he would squeeze his dick as hard as he can, and he'd be like punching it as hard as he can, and he'd love that. It would feel so good to him. He'd be smacking his balls, banging it against the table.
My God.
Yeah, and I fully saw it as well. Smacking it about, he was like, he's really aggressively, like really hitting it about, punching the balls again, like on the table really hard, squeezing them really hard. Like that was his thing. Like it was like ridiculing and being all of that towards him, you know what I mean? That was his thing. But eventually it just got too weird, and I think the girl just blocked him or something, because it's like he was obviously paying and stuff, but it was just like, you know what, this is too much, you know. So we cut contact, which we should have done that a lot sooner, to be honest.
So here's a question. You know how you said at the start that it was you were the business kind of
guru.
You called yourself the businessman or business guru.
Yeah.
And it was her money because she made it off of her body, you know.
Yeah.
If it was ever the other way around, do you think you'd do the same thing? Like if girls were messaging you going, I want to see your dangly bits. For money.
If we lived in a world where girls were like guys and that was a possible thing, probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably. Probably, because fuck it, man. Yeah, I would. And one day, and I don't know what I was gonna say there actually, I have no idea. But probably. But I mean, if I was ever with a girl now and she was like OnlyFans person and I was either doing things with her in the video or I was just fully her businessman,
yeah,
and it was making hundreds or thousands, whatever, etc. I think then if I was doing work, putting work into it as the business thing, I would be like, sort of, you're doing the performance, so you make the most money.
Yeah.
But how much are you going to pay me to do this for you?
I think if you're benefiting towards the
if you're helping their business and you're putting work into it, then obviously you deserve a bit of money. And I could have said that with the girls before. Well, I'm doing the business, so you could give me some. But I didn't care. Like I didn't want to do that. I just thought, you know what, we'll make the money together and we'll enjoy it together. You know, and that was good enough for me. I did not expect any peace.
I think that's quite a sweet way of looking at it.
Yeah. Anyway, have you got any parting words? Because obviously camera has died. Which means 30 people might be ready to leave now.
Parting bit of wisdom. Take care of your mind, your body, your soul.
Chakra. Align those chakras.
Yeah, align your chakras.
Especially the gooch.
Try and focus on becoming more confident, etc.
Yeah.
And I think with just overall positivity will drive you towards achieving your goals.
Yeah, I just took my sunglasses off. It's so bright. Oh my god. Ooh, I'm not used to that. I might have to put them back on in a minute. But yeah, you're right, Cam. You are right. You're a man of wise words. And my parting stuff would be don't put your dick in a cock cage unless you really know that you want to.
A shepherd never goes out into the night without a light unless he never wants to find his flock.
Oh my god, that is That's heavy hitting. That is true
You have to
words.
You have to surround yourself with light to be successful. Your positivity.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, Mina sanctually suggests that she should seriously seduct sanguines, you know?
Sexy Sandy drank sangria
You
at
know,
the shore.
at the
salty seashore.
I just like this is where I got my comedy from Game Site Pimps there when I was doing you just say noises and you see what the word comes out. They did that a lot and then I ended up doing it as I grew up. It's like Wanji Rebecca sexually attracts pheromones. It's just funny, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway.
Right, we're tired, rambly boys.
Yeah, man. It's probably quite late, isn't it?
Savoury stomachs.
Yeah, it's probably late.
We
I
need
don't
to
know what time.
watch an episode of Always Sunny and then I don't know what.
Yeah.
But anywho.
Yeah. All right. Love you guys. We shall see you very soon.
You're looking at the camera like it's still on, but
I mean, it's natural to do, isn't it?
we look into your soul.
Yeah, man. Well, not right now, but we love you guys. We shall see you soon. Goodbye. Peace. Peace.